pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. All right,
Can I
so,
just make a point of order?
yeah,
Like,
It's Casual Tuesdays. Hello.
That's the first thing I said when you came in.
alright. I
He's on
didn't know it was casual Tuesday.
he's on vacation, okay?
Alright.
All right, so guys, we were all present for last meeting on September 21st, the minutes are attached, and I'd like to hear a motion on those minutes, please.
A motion for accept as presented.
A second?
All in favor?
It was a lot.
I got them signed for you here, Lou.
Good job, Lil.
Nice job. Okay, Ray, we're up to you already.
Alright, so not too much stuff because we just met a couple weeks ago, so
Yeah.
nothing crazy. We've had another officer out with COVID last week. The officer was, tested and was out for a while, the 10-day thing, but he's all back. He's recovered and back, so now we're back to full staff. No one else caught the thing, and from him anyway, and we're good to go. And across town, cases seem to be pretty level. There's no big spike up in Auburn, no big spike down. It's kind of staying kind of steady. So we're just continuing our regular operations, and the fire
Yeah.
department's doing all their same stuff, same precautionary stuff they've been doing, and it's been working.
Nationwide, I mean, still, I think they said 88,000,
Yeah.
In one day, but
Yep.
under the 140 to 150 that we had like a month
Has
ago.
the town done anything about mandating vaccines or anything?
Nope, as far as I know, nothing.
Mhm.
They're leaving it kind of up to each personal choice kind of thing, I think. Matt Bossolo, Officer Bossolo, will be graduating the part-time academy on the 19th of November. So he's getting closer.
Yeah,
He's doing great, we just saw him today, he says he's doing well.
Good, yeah.
Yep, he's doing well. We'll probably send some guys up, including myself. We'll go up to the graduation and stuff during that, and we'll let you guys know more next month when we have our meeting then about
all right, beautiful.
how that progresses. I will be on vacation for 10 days this month, from October 16th to the 26th.
Is that allowed?
Yep, so that leaves
Yeah.
us in a kind of a situation with the lieutenant being in charge. So,
I'm gonna be like the Idaho lieutenant governor, once the big chief goes, I'm just gonna act my own stuff.
Yeah,
but we should be fine, should be. Our break club.
Those are your words.
Citizen Academy is in its third week, and it's going really good. There's 10 people been attending regularly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Amazing.
My wife's doing it.
Yep, and then everyone having a good time, so this is week 3. Seems to be going very well. Drug take back is coming up October 23rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. here in the lobby, right? We'll have the lobby open and somebody watching the stuff there.
Oh,
So that'll be October 23rd. Let's see, union negotiation is done. We're waiting to hear the union to ratify the thing, and then they'll formalize the agreement, and you should be seeing that probably, I would think, by next meeting.
And since it's
well, we got a board meeting with the 3 boards.
Oh, whenever that, you probably sign something.
That's coming up.
October 19th.
October
yeah,
already,
but,
yeah.
but we need to discuss the contract.
Yeah,
We can't discuss it until the CBA is signed, correct?
Right. So the
Unless we
union,
go private.
Until the CBA signs.
right,
Then we
Yes.
discuss it.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
yes, so we can't discuss it until, which we have the last agreement to be signed. It's just we haven't signed it yet because we're waiting for one.
You better
one
have done a good job.
I did. I think.
we might not have it for that board meeting that we're having, and that won't be ready
I
by.
would think
No,
so.
but we can have a
By
separate
the
meeting.
19th?
Yeah.
Oh, there'll be
It's a
another meeting.
non-public anyway.
Yeah.
No, it's, I
We
think.
can do it any night that we
Yeah,
want.
and it wouldn't be the full board.
Just to get it
It
done,
wouldn't be the
because-
full board.
Yeah.
Because we have to get it on the ballot.
Yeah,
So we have to have an agreement. We have to agree.
I'm gonna be seeing Bill this week for a different meeting, and I'm sure he
Yeah,
has it all
remind me.
planned out procedurally, how it has to go and everything.
I do know that we have to vote.
Budget time, so our budget meeting with the selectmen is November 1st, and the budget meeting with the budget committee is on November 4th. So the week when I come back, we'll be right, which is fine, because we have the stuff all together. So
so,
that works pretty good. We
On-
did the same thing last year, I think, we did the same on Monday.
Yeah, that quick, yeah.
Yeah, now on the cruiser line that we chipped you down on, you're gonna use that, has that gone before the selectmen yet for them to approve that, or is that
That'll be
slated
November.
for later?
That'll be November first.
Oh, no, but when you meet with them,
Mhm.
you're gonna say, we took this out of the cruiser line and we'd like to get it covered by
Yeah.
that other line that we
So
have.
we don't anticipate any changes beyond what we did that
Nope.
night, so we don't have to meet again?
I don't think so. I think we'll be
Okay.
fine.
Right, yeah, but if
Uh,
we do, let us know, we'll do
okay.
a sub-meeting if we
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah, I think we should be good. Well, there'll be a meeting the next week anyway with the police commission right after that. You know, not address anything that comes
Is it
up.
okay to bring up items right now if I had questions in regards to it, even though we approved it last meeting?
Sure. Yeah.
So the
Well,
only,
you can bring it up on the old
Old
business.
oh, this, okay.
Auburn Village School is having a spooky walk on October 16th. They asked us to provide a police officer, so we're gonna do that this year. There'll be an officer there like full-time. That's down at Wayne Eddowes Field. And then for regular Halloween is on the 31st this year, from 1 to 4. And then the trunk or treat thing from 6 PM to 8 PM, so they'll have a thing to do in the dark as well.
Yeah, Manchester's trick or treating at night also.
Right, so we'll have both.
So what are we doing now? We're doing
Regular trick or treating is 1 to 4.
1 to 4,
And
not
then-
in the dark.
And then in the
And
dark,
then
it's
Trunk
here,
to 8 is the trunk or
Trunk
treat.
or treat
6
here.
PM
Yeah.
to 8 PM.
And I heard they need more cars for the trunk or treat too, is what I heard.
Oh.
So, I
We'll
just
be
saw a
there.
message.
We have one, but we'll see.
So-
And that's all I have for this month.
Good. And when are you going on vacation? Dates
The 16th to the 26th,
of November?
October.
Where are you going?
Down in Richmond. See my son, and then my niece is getting married in North
Oh,
Carolina.
good.
Same
It's
time.
nice. Richmond's beautiful. Yeah.
Nice time of the year to go.
You have a good time.
Yeah.
And don't worry, Chip will do fine.
Oh, I was going too.
Well, maybe you should worry.
We just leave Lil in charge, it'll be fine.
Actually,
Yeah.
Will will take
I was
care of
thinking of
that.
going on vacation.
Okay.
All right, so you're all set?
All set.
Everybody set with the chief?
Yeah.
Okay, Chip, it's up to you now.
Okay, this month, we're pretty consistent month to month. We had 38 reports, you know, everything ranging from criminal threatening investigations to illegal dumping, just calls for service actually that the officers go out and investigate. We had 11 arrests, one of which was a DWI. Motor vehicle stops, we did 150, and typically, as usual, speed's the big one. And we have the uninspected and unregistered, but nothing totally crazy. I think it was last month that we investigated a motorcycle fatal, so that's all wrapped up, for us anyway, probably. Not much left for us to do, so that's it.
Heard about that.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Yeah.
Okay. any
And that would be it.
questions? Chip?
Pretty much just a normal month.
Just, yeah.
Not a bad thing.
Nope.
Good.
How about the break-ins down at the, Tower Hill and all that? Is that, you said you had.
Yeah, we've been working with other
You caught
agencies.
somebody or something.
Yeah, and they've given us some information, so the detectives are following up on that.
Yeah, but any more, has it slowed it down at
Yeah,
all?
slowed quite a bit down, so.
Yep.
No? That's always,
Of course, we're jinxed now, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just said that.
okay. All right, so next on the agenda is Neighborhood Watch, and I don't see Steve here today.
That's
Sure.
unusual. Or
No,
did
no,
he
he's,
send his son?
Yeah.
oh, there he is, the Neighborhood Watch right
Exactly,
there,
go
that
for
little
it.
fellow
What do
right
we got?
there, yeah, okay.
We went through the time vortex.
Hey, look, he's in the neighborhood and he's watching, right,
The only
okay?
thing, the only thing I know through my wife right now is, the Citizen Academy is going on, and there's one, my wife's going through it from the Neighborhood Watch.
Is she liking it?
What's that?
Is she liking it?
Yeah,
She's
she is,
finding-
yeah,
okay.
she is,
Gets him out of the house.
Yeah.
Gets her out of the house.
absolutely, for a couple
Yeah,
hours.
Yeah,
And not any major updates. I know they keep on adding people, the Facebook group keeps on populating, so nothing else crazy.
Is this your young boy here?
It is.
yes.
It is.
Welcome. What's your name? Zachary? Welcome, Zachary.
Yeah.
We like having your father here. He does a good job.
Mhm.
We
Okay.
cannot let him leave.
Anything on the old business?
Just one, and I just had a question about the computer items on the budget. I know you guys are kind of going with what the town is basically going with, kind of, to me, it seems high. It does seem high, and it really adds a lot to your budget that maybe you don't necessarily need. I don't know, what are your thoughts on that? I know you're kind of, I don't wanna say you're strong-armed into what that line item is, but I feel you kind of are because that's what the town's going with.
It might be easier for the town, maybe that way, I don't know, so that's another one, again, the selectmen can bring up when we do the whole budget with them. I think probably it's easier for that vendor to do all the
Of
same
course.
across the board,
Yeah,
that's
of course.
probably what their thinking is, you know,
Yeah.
so we're all on the same level of,
And a lot of what we used to think was, they had their own people, the town had their own people, but if something went wrong, you know, you could be blamed for the fact it went wrong. It was always a lot easier,
Yeah.
just, especially if you felt they had a pretty good service, which I think the town did at one time,
Yeah.
was to say, we're gonna be with them, and yeah, we may not agree with the number, but they're gonna support it.
Just the upgrade number seems really super high for, even for a service, like a third party, like a Mainstay or something like that, to provide that type of service, it
Sure.
seems super high. But if the town says it's a good quality service, then I understand.
I'm sure there'll be, the selectmen will be bringing it up, cause
Okay.
Keith brings up everything.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Okay.
Keith is very good. In fact, that's a good question if you're at the meeting for Keith.
Yeah, I may.
And, cause he's excellent, and I would assume that these people would tell us that
Right.
if they didn't like to go along with it.
Probably wouldn't have got this far if
What
Keith
do
wasn't on board with
what
it.
do you guys
It's
think?
probably easier having one vendor do it
I
at the
agree.
same level of
I
service.
agree.
So if you run into problems, you're not
Yeah.
talking to another vendor and trying to solve the issue.
Hey, and then
I
if,
agree totally.
if we had somebody else and we had a weak spot and they hacked into it, how do you know they can't then get into the town hall and then we're back where we were like 6, 7 years ago?
It happens.
I guess it's mainly a concern for the whole aspect of the IT for the town.
Yeah.
Are we, is it too expensive? You know, so it's not necessarily, you know.
Well, cybersecurity is.
Well, you'll have much
issue.
more information on our next commission meeting in November,
Right.
because we'll be after, actually, it'll be after your meeting with the selectmen on the budget and the budget committee.
What do you think, Lil?
Well, he had quoted us a couple different ways. He said we had no problem going à la carte and picking certain services, and that was option A,
Mhm.
which is kind of what we were leaning towards. It doesn't cut any of our services, and I don't wanna misspeak on his behalf, but it was more going with what you guys chose makes it so that he can monitor a lot more off-site stuff like that. So, is it truly like where we were cutting service? No, I just, when you all jumped on board, what were we supposed to say? No, we want less
Right, I
money,
think
we want
The
less.
town was willing, the town hall is willing to pay, I think, the higher price for the more monitoring,
Yeah.
which we didn't really consider, and that's, I don't know, that's something that,
Yeah.
if that's what the town
Well,
wanted
I
to do.
mean, one of the issues that we're seeing within the towns is this huge concern for people being able to hack into the
Exactly.
systems, and they get in because we let them in.
Mhm.
And I
Sure,
don't,
I
I mean,
agree.
we, because I'm a town employee too.
Yeah.
And all that stuff.
And
Yep,
there's
so
a
maybe-
lot going on.
If somebody clicks on something, they
And
get an
it-
email, and you're right, you're
And
done.
if they get in, the cost for them to have got in is huge.
Is it Durham that had a problem where it was
Peterborough.
ransomware, right? Where they had.
Oh, yeah,
Peterborough.
there's been
Yeah,
a
well,
bunch of
Oh,
them.
Peterborough.
Was the big one.
There's been a
one,
bunch
yeah.
of them where they get in, so
Mhm.
they've certainly been advocating to not just have you people, you know, we get all the stuff that says, well, if you see this, don't do this, and don't do that. But more and more, we're seeing, we wanna watch from the outside what you guys are doing.
Right,
And it makes some sense, but it's not cheap.
no, not,
But it takes I mean, there's nothing worse than having that happen and you being the chief and saying,
Oops.
some
Yeah.
idiot in here
Yeah.
clicked on something that
Yeah.
he wasn't supposed to click on.
It's good too, they can monitor traffic going in and out of the routers and all that.
Yes,
Just
yeah, and
Any phishing attempts, anything like that, so it's.
that's why I'm not, you know, me, I see nickels as big as manhole covers here.
Yeah.
But in this case, if that's what the town's looking at, and that's where I see everyone going.
You're gonna have some
Sense.
remote access and some remote monitoring, so.
that's the
that-
difference, which we
that's
don't, I don't think we
difference.
have
And
the
it's
heavy
costly.
Yeah, it is
monitoring
costly, they gotta watch it, but hey, you know what, you wanna protect your data.
now. Right.
And
That's it.
after a year, we can see what we think, I guess, I don't
I
know.
don't know.
Well, it has to go through the selectmen, so
Yeah.
you'll have more to
I
add to
don't
this
either. I-
next meeting.
I did a little more research on the EDR, because I'm pretty up to date with most of the technology, and it's more monitoring of different things from afar, but it's just the cost
Right.
different, the upgrade cost from what you guys were getting to what we are now, it's a lot more than what the
Maybe we were underpaying
standard
before.
is. Yeah, maybe, that could be it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
Well, I see that a lot too, is that we, realistically, what we were dealing with wasn't the true cost, so.
Mhm.
If you have experience in it, then you should lead on it. And it certainly wouldn't hurt to ask questions when we meet with selectmen, but
Mhm.
my gut feeling is I would hope that they had looked into it.
Now, you planning to, when he presents the police budget, I know in years past, some of us have gone to the meeting, some other.
Yeah, I don't know, it depends on the night, because
Are
I
you
got,
planning to go?
Yeah.
my problem is
Okay.
I have the same thing going on at my end.
Right.
Yeah,
Because I'm
yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
get to
Yeah.
budget meetings and everything else, so. if I
Yeah,
could
as
make
we
it
get
great.
closer to that date, well, what's the date
I'll
of
tell
that
you
again
more
with the
and more.
selectmen?
You
It's a
guys-
Monday night, right?
You guys do such a good job.
Yeah.
What is it, Monday?
You don't need
Yeah,
me.
Monday, November
Yeah,
first.
I know, I agree, if it wasn't, the other items were awesome, but I know this was kind of like, almost like, hey, you had these options and this is it. You kind of didn't have any
Right.
other choices but these options.
Right.
So that kind of,
Chicken or fish, pick one.
yeah, exactly, it's like
Well-
what you do with your kids, hey, you get this option or this option, you're still getting the option that you want, but it's just one of the ones that you picked.
Kids get options, I'm writing that down.
Well, but the option they picked was more than what they were looking at.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't like we picked a lower, we actually picked higher
We did,
because the
we did.
selectmen were dealing with
Recommending it.
Yeah,
it at that level, and I understand, because again, if you're the one that has to deal with some of the ransomware deals or any of that other stuff that happens, it's horrible. You
You'd
know?
be paying more anyway on the back end, if you have to have
Oh, no,
somebody
I-
come in.
Yes, yeah.
Cybersecurity is
so-
huge.
But I don't know what, your question is, what's the value in the cost?
Right.
I don't know what the value in the
Yeah,
cost
I-
is.
Right.
Yeah.
well, you'll get into that with this, I'm sure there'll be some questions, and you can certainly ask those questions at that meeting, if you were able to attend.
But
Right.
at least if something happens, we can say, hey, we did what they told us.
Well,
No, that's
exactly,
right.
that's the-
Yeah.
You know, and I don't,
Yeah.
that's cheap insurance.
That is.
I think
That
the
is
issue
true.
with these
That
others,
is
like
true.
Peterborough especially, they were able to block them from taking in funds, like collecting taxes, collecting motor vehicle revenue.
Oh, brother.
So what's that worth to you?
Oh,
Even
It's everything.
Right,
It's
so it's
worth
worth
the
the
money.
money to block the
Yeah.
police department, so they can't get into the town, and now the town can't bring in revenue, and it can't
Well, some of
operate.
the
Yeah.
stuff is.
So it was kind of
Oh,
big,
yeah.
Yeah.
and they took some money out of their general fund, a lot of money, I think.
Yeah.
Well, it stinks too, but it comes down to, even with this one, it was someone's problem. It wasn't the system set up, it was somebody that gave the information and just,
Exactly.
you know, it was, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the problems with the towns is you have the public that wants these services and wants this transparency and everything else. I mean, I just had this issue where I work where they would like transparency, I said, if we were any more transparent, we'd be invisible. I said, because everything we do is out there. We sit in these meetings and we lay out every dollar and cent that we spend, and you people still complain. I said, but the other issue of the transparency and the access, and we need to know everything, every minute, well, why can't we get this information, is if you open it up,
Everybody can get it.
everyone can get it,
Exactly.
and they can corrupt it if they
Sure.
can get it.
Yeah,
And if they
you're
do,
You're absolutely right.
what are you gonna do? Well, we open this up to the public, and guess what?
You open up vulnerabilities at the same time that
Absolutely.
people can
Yeah.
And
exploit.
as you guys know, the public isn't always, there's always a few ne'er-do-wells within the public. And it only takes one or
It
two.
was a public person that broke in 8-9 years ago, just a person
Right.
that had a vendetta.
Yeah,
Oh,
Against
yeah.
against the Auburn Police Department.
Yeah,
that's
it
true.
doesn't take much.
Yeah. All right,
alright, so we'll bring it up with the selectmen, our concerns, and see what they have to say
Sure.
about, what the value they
Alright.
think they're getting out of it and everything else.
anything under old business, because we don't have any employee evaluation, so
Oh,
unless we have more to discuss, I'm ready to make a motion to adjourn the meeting at
Are
7:20
you
p.m.
kidding?
7:20 p.m.
And it would have been faster if I didn't
Poor
do
kid
that.
never even got to stay up late.
Yeah.
I need a second,
Second.
okay? We're out of here. 7:20.
Hardly worth coming to you, Dave.
Huh?
Hardly worth coming to you.
Yeah.